Welcome back to Income Trading 101, and today we are going to look at the FTX token, symbol FTT. I just want to take a longer look. All right, here we go. So, at least on Binance, this is we've got data going back to late 2019, and like most of many of these coins, we have actually, you know what? Before this pop, that was actually decent movement. To go from, $3 or $4, $2 or $3, $2 to $4 was significant. It just gets skewed by what's happened in 2021. So 2021, this obviously, along with all the other, many of the other altcoins, just and tokens have just popped. I mean, popped, right? And so we're seeing a little pullback right now and a little green bar right now. We'll see if it remains green or turns red while we're on here, and if it creates another one tomorrow. But let's go ahead and take a little tour through some simple technical indicators to see if there's anything that we should have our eyes open for on this one. With so many of these coins that have moved so much, the real question is, if you missed it, do you buy, right? If you own it, do you sell it? And so definitely, I'd love to hear any of your responses, any of your comments. There've been some good comments in the to these videos. So, and hey, while I'm at it, please go ahead and hit the like button, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel. I make these videos every day, and I'm always happy to share and get hear and receive your opinions as well, because I actually do trade, and while I take technical analysis into account, sometimes you guys have some insight that I might not see or be aware of. All right, so let's dive in. Right now, of course, on the daily, we still have the 10-day higher than the 20, significantly higher than the 60-day. But let's take it to the hourly. I'm imagining it'll be a little different given this pullback. And of course it is. We see that there is a bit of a downward trend as these markets, as the price action headed lower. But today has obviously been, starting yesterday and then into today, it's been a decently strong day. A little bit of a pullback, but I think it's going to pull through. By the way, I'm making this video on Monday, April 19th. So just want to make that clear in case you ever look back at these videos and you're like, that's not the current price. It's because today is the 19th. And on the hourly, you see that there's a little bit of, what do you call it? The 10 is lower than the 60. The 60 is between the 10 and the 20, basically. So I tend to think of that as a bit of confusion, as we're not seeing a clear downward or a clear upward trend. Let's kick it to the 30-minute. 30-minute has it the other way. The 10-day is between the 60 and the 20. So still unconclusive here. Let's look at the 15. And the 15 as well has the 60 between the 10 and the 20. So almost all of the moving averages except the daily are definitely inconclusive. Let's see if the MACD is going to give us any more clear of a signal. I'm betting not, but it's definitely worth taking a look and seeing. So of course, with an upward trend on the daily, we're just going to see the MACD and the signal line kind of oscillating back and forth, still in positive territory, which tends to be the overbought area. So let's take it lower and see if we get any clear information. So the hourly, we now are dealing with the downward trend that we saw over the last few days, and that did cross into negative territory, and then it's oscillated negatively, but it popped last night. It crossed yesterday and then crossed into positive territory. Right now it's dipped back into negative, but this very easily could pull higher. If it did pull higher, it would definitely look more like a buy signal. And look at this at the 30. On the 30-minute, we had a cross that went positive, We had a cross that went negative as a sell signal, and now we have another cross that appears like it might be going positive again, but I would definitely wait. As I've gotten older trading, I realized that patience actually isn't a virtue, it's a requirement sometimes if you want to make money in these markets. Let's look at the 15 minute. 15 minute definitely had a strong cross to head lower, went to the zero line, came up a little bit, fell on down. And look at this cross that happened earlier today. We had a cross in the negative territory, which means this thing is oversold. And that's normally a buy signal. I like to pair it with crossing into positive territory, which we've done. And so right now it's looking like this could be giving us a buy signal, at least on this indicator. So let's kick it on back to the daily. We're going to get rid of the MACD and just see if there are any support levels, anything to look at. It's so hard when you have such a small amount of data. So what I'm going to do instead is kick it to the 4-hour and tighten this up a little bit and see if there's anything, any reoccurring levels I'm wanting to be aware of, because they tend to come back. Support often becomes resistance, and likewise, resistance can sometimes become support. So let's see. There we go. Couldn't see that. I'm just tightening up that line so we can draw it straight across. So here's a level. You could see that at this, would that be $42.08? We had it play resistance a few times until we crossed above it. I would fully expect that to be support now. And let's see, the low that we saw on the 17th at 7 p.m. had a low of $42.03. That is basically our support, and it popped right off of that. Isn't that impressive? I'm going to take a look at, let's see if I can draw this across. I'm going to just move this over. I can tighten this up. I just need to move this over. I basically want to get a sense of where we might have some reoccurring support. So let's see. It's hard sometimes to get these right, just perfect. Close, close, close. That'll do for now. So this area, at least, region, played support. You can see it played support here in April. Also, again, that was April the 10th. Again, it went below here, but then ultimately popped, played a support at some point yesterday too. So definitely just, it's important to have these support levels in mind and resistance levels just in case they are actually going to give you a good idea of what this stock or what this token is going to do. That blue line right there could end up being resistance as well. But that's like $4 away from where we are right now. I think we're actually at a good point to kind of run a little bit higher. I like that there's a little bit of a support level here. I'm just going to turn that. We'll turn it dark. It's hard to see that. We'll make it a little awkward, an awkward green, showing that might have been a buy signal. But really, I would wait with this one. I feel like we are right in between some possible support lines or seeing a downward trend continue for a little bit. But this thing certainly has the potential. I mean, if we take this back to the daily, you'll see that each of these pullbacks led to new highs. Pullback, grinded higher, new high, pullback, new high. So this could actually be a scenario where you would look to buy the dip. I'm not saying that, suggesting that, but it's certainly something that I'm going to keep track of for my own portfolio. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Happy trading.